Americans should be as concerned about the power social media apps like TikTok give the Chinese government as they are about their nuclear capabilities, whistleblower Ashley Yabin has said. Yabin found himself a target of both China and Iran when he rang the alarm about Iran violating U.S. sanctions, while serving as general counsel for ZTE, one of the world's largest telecom companies. In an exclusive interview with the U.S. Sun, Yabin said that as someone with experience with Chinese companies, he was immediately concerned when he realized how big TikTok had become in the U.S. Red flags went off because I know from my experience with China, especially with ZTE and Huawei, he said. Both of those companies have what we call backdoors, where they can access information that you put on your phone. This access to the information Americans store in their phones could potentially be as dangerous in modern warfare as a nuclear weapon, Yabin claimed. They're gathering all this information, and they're having access to all this information. The concern is what are they gonna do with it, he added. Yabin told the U.S. Sun that while American and other Western tech companies may also have access to users' private information, these companies are independent and not tied to the U.S. government. In comparison, Yabin pointed out, Chinese companies are subject to the ruling Chinese Communist Party, which means they could be weaponized in a conflict. What happens is there's no separation between country and companies. China isn't the type that has the military presence and fights like the U.S. does, or Russia does, Yabin said. They do it through telecommunication, through the use of information, and they're not gonna come in with some strong military. That's not the way they operate. And we have to look at it like that and realize that we can't look at it through our Western lens. Yabin's comments are in line with what retired Air Force Brigadier General Robert Spalding previously told the U.S. Sun. TikTok in essence is a very powerful weapon, much more powerful than the V-21 stealthy bomber, he claimed. It's not only acting as almost a drug on the younger people of populations around the world, but also which tends to decrease their productivity but also is slowly trying to create affinity for the model that the Chinese Communist Party employs. At least 100 million people in the U.S. use TikTok. Yabin and Spalding are not the only ones to express concern amid fears that the app can be used to spy on citizens and censor content. FBI Director Christopher Wray claimed that Chinese government officials can use the tool to influence users or control their devices. TikTok and its parent company ByteDance have stressed that the Chinese government does not have any control or influence over the app. Bosses have also denied that data is collected. And TikTok COO Vanessa Pappas testified before Congress in September 2022 and said no person who makes a strategic decision at this platform is a CCP member.